How you guys doing? Long time no see. I'm glad that you guys are all here tonight. We do have actually a series of webinars that we're going to be doing with you guys. It's a special that we put together. It's introduction of the new system that unbelievably we're still nailing down all the final pieces to it. However, my head of IT is here, and he's going to be here to answer any questions about websites. We've noticed that we haven't had a lot of agents send in requests for one of our main services, which is website development. So I wanted to go over just a few things with you guys tonight. We do have a lot of exciting news to go over with you. It's been a couple weeks since we last convened. Let me pull this up here. And I wanted to let you guys know we have an actual LOI on a deal. Okay, so this is a deal that has been in the works for months now, and it was brought to us from one of our agents. I'm not sure if he's on the webinar tonight. He probably is. I don't know if he wants me to throw his name out there. Now, I can't put the name of the business out there, but what I can do is read to you real quick what an LOI looks like. This is basically stating the agreement is made on the second day of August 2019 between blah, 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 and the business, which I can't divulge. The business registration number is blah, blah, blah. The address is, and the principal owner is. On the terms and subject to the conditions set forth herein pertaining to any and all completed business and proprietary information provided by the either party, the parties agree to the following. This goes through a whole agreement, which is several pages, but the most important part is the investor hereby exclusively agrees to remit a total capital of $230 million. The applicant agrees to manage the investment in good faith and in accordance with normal and customary business practices and policies shall reflect the following. And it goes through a whole list of things. This is what is called the LOI, which is essentially a lender saying, hey, these are the terms in which we intend to provide this money, which is $230 million in this case. And just to let you know, on the commission on a deal like this is typically around 1%, which would be $213 million. The agent, of course, would be getting 25% of that, which, as you can imagine, is quite a bit of money, over $500,000 in this case. So this is a deal that we've been working on for, I think, since January, and we have two deals very similar in size that should be closing in the next couple of weeks, this one sooner than later, which is good news for everybody involved with WL Madden, especially those of you that we're running campaigns for and those of you that we have other services we're providing for you, because it's going to give us the funding we need to really push forward and help people out and get things running even faster than they already are. So with that being said, I do have a list of people that I'm going to be speaking with. Finally, Ashley is actually, if you guys are calling in, you'll notice Ashley's taking people's names, setting appointments specifically for me to speak with you this week and next week. I have a lot of phone calls and catching up to do with you guys. I've been busy on some of these projects and also with the new system in the database. So Greg, the head of our IT department, he actually makes everything happen with you guys' back office, making sure you guys' websites are up and running, the mobile application is running. What I wanted to do real quickly is, just because I know you guys always have questions about how things work, now would be the time to ask Greg if you have any questions about websites in general, how websites work, what we can do as far as websites, any questions that you guys can think of pertaining to websites. Now would be the time. And also, just to introduce you to Greg again, he's the head of our IT department. He makes everything happen. I know you guys have spoken to Will and some of the other people that work here, but Greg is the head of all those people. And Greg, say hi to everybody.
Hey guys, I'm Greg. How you doing?
Okay, and it looks like we got a few people here, not a ton of people that are on here today, which is okay, because we actually have a longer webinar we're going to be doing next, I think it's Tuesday and Wednesday we scheduled it for. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to write them right now. Greg, again, can answer pretty much any questions you have about websites and how they work in general. And basically, I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to not only meet him, but to ask any types of questions that you guys might have about websites. So feel free to fire. Until I do see some questions, what I will do is continue doing what I do best, which is talk. But yeah, so with this new system, Greg and I have been working diligently. We actually have a third party that we're working with who is a little bit slower than we'd like them to be on some of the development of the way that the systems actually come together. Our systems need to connect with their systems, and we can't speed up the pace in which their developers work. So unfortunately, all the work is done on our end, but we can't get them to speed up the work on their end for you guys to have access to all the tools that are back there. So we're trying to get everything caught up to speed. They're telling us that this is the final week. They told us this 2 weeks in a row. So in developer language, 1 week means 4 weeks is what I've been learning, and a month means 6 months. Yeah. So basically, I mean, this new system, believe me, it's very real. It is coming together. We will have it up and running very shortly. But when it comes to, you know, the way that the websites work in general for business owners and what we're capable of doing, I wanted you guys to maybe, you know, shoot some questions that you might have about, you know, businesses and about business owners and about how their websites might work. Do you guys ever run into situations where you talk to business owners about their websites or about their web presence? Has that been something that you guys have been talking to businesses about? Oh, there's Luella. What's your question?
Where are you at with getting us to do more of this business online, as my health will not let me physically go out?
That's a great question. And that's actually where getting the social media networks, utilizing those to generate leads will be to your benefit, because that's something that you can actually easily do from your laptop, your phone. Once you create the initial pages, all it really is generating leads by promoting content. You know, you just write posts, or you can do the sponsored ads, as I'm sure Alan and, you know, the other, Brandon, I think, was doing that primarily. You can do sponsored forms, where you pay for a little bit, you know, extra to actually promote that and get a certain amount of clicks. So you'll pay based on how many clicks you get, which means a conversion on the form, meaning a submission. So that's one avenue you can do, but you can also do it organically, which means just creating the actual profile page for your business and then promoting content. And then what you do from there to propagate that is literally just take the posts that you're making and you share them with your personal account. You get them, like, tell your friends to share those. And as like word of mouth advertising goes, the more and more you share stuff and the more visibility it gets, the more it grows. So that's kind of the concept of using social media to generate leads and interest for that. But you can also use the social networks to actually search out leads yourself by doing your own research. Yes, funnels are another great way to do that. And another way you can do a funnel is through Facebook or through LinkedIn. And a funnel essentially is just a website with a form on it where people can submit their information. So you can take that and send it over to us. We can contact them and convert them, you know, onto one of our services. So that's a good question. And that's really the best way to go about it. Always promote your website to anybody that you're talking to. But again, the social networks nowadays are really the most effective and cost-effective way to do that.
Do we have other questions pertaining to websites?
Yes, we actually do have funnels that have been made. If anybody wants information on how they can make a funnel, we can provide, you know, like some templates that have, you know, the lingo and the content that, you know, could lead up to the form where you get a submission. And it's basically just describing the services that you can offer. So yeah, that is something we can provide. Yes, you can link the website. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I highly suggest, you know, linking the website pretty much. I mean, even when you're on your personal Facebook page, if you use Facebook or anything like that, yeah, put the link, you know, promote it as much as you can. That's how you get it out there. So are there any other questions that you guys might have or stuff that you run into when you're out there actually talking to businesses or, you know, calling businesses? Because I know we haven't had a lot. I mean, we've had some, but not a tremendous amount of website build requests because, you know, I'm the one that heads up the department that takes care of that. So are there any questions that you guys have on websites in particular or anything like that?
Okay. Now, I do want to let you guys know Greg is going to be available, upon, unfortunately, not upon just calling in because he does run the whole IT department. However, if we need to set an appointment with some of you to speak with Greg, if it ever has anything to do with a website, we also are going to be building training videos on how to build your own funnels, how to do some of the things that are more cost effective or even free to generate more traffic to your actual sites or get submissions like Greg was talking about. It sounds so easy when Greg talks about it because he's so used to how these things work and how fluid they are. But as you all know, promoting anything online obviously takes a little bit of time and it takes a little bit of learning. But once you learn how to use these different social sites and you keep up with them a little bit, it gets easier and easier as you go. So the first time that you go on there and you try to build something and utilize it, it's a little bit tricky. But as you get used to the website, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn, you'll notice that, oh yeah, I remember doing that, or I remember that. And then it's just putting one building block on top of the next. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a bunch of video strings together from different videos that we're gonna make and pull from YouTube that show you guys how to utilize these different pages to fund the services that you have. Again, Greg will be available and he'll be creating some videos with me in the near future that are actually going to show you guys how to promote the services online, especially with this larger funding stuff that we're doing. Obviously, we'd love it for everyone to start submitting some of these funding deals, whether they're $5,000 or $500 million. There's commission to be made on any of these funding deals. And of course, we're going to stay in touch with these businesses to continue to try to sell them other services as we do. Obviously, on the campaigns that are running right now, there's tons of effective ways to market the business, whether it's calling leads, sales funnels, some of the stuff that we're doing for some of you guys. Again, I have some catching up to do with a lot of phone work to talk to a lot of people that are out there. So if you give me just this following week, Ashley's going to schedule appointments for you guys to speak with me, those of you that I have appointments with. And there's quite a few of you that I know have been waiting quite some time to talk to me, especially the past couple of weeks. We've been in the middle of dealing with these larger deals. I've been flying back and forth to get this stuff done. Again, these are the deals that are going to actually build our company and get it to where we need it to go so we can give you the tools that are really needed to take everything to the next level. So I appreciate you guys' patience with me, and I appreciate you guys giving me a little bit of time and rest the past few weeks because I have been super busy. I'm working on your behalf to make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible. There are campaigns that are going extremely well. We want to get you the new reporting system. The reporting system that we had was pretty good, and that was our reporting system. We took that one out of place because we have a new system and the reporting system is not set up yet. So although everything's still running the same exact way, the reporting that you're seeing is not what's actually happening. You're missing out on, you're not getting all those calls and all those applications that are going out. So that's what we're going to be focusing on this next week, is getting our new reporting system up to par to where you guys can actually access everything and get those reports that you guys are used to getting, and you can see what's going on. So we do have some commission checks that are coming out as well. Those will be coming out at the end of this month. So believe me, there's a lot of good things going on, and I'd love to go through it right now with a list of all the names of the people that have stuff coming to them. We will do that. I will make personal phone calls to everybody that's got stuff going on. And you can rest assured that if you call into Ashley, simply say, hey, I need to talk with Alan. I saw him on the webinar. I know that he's supposed to be speaking with me. Don't be shy to call her and let her know, hey, I need to talk to Alan. Can you please schedule an appointment for me? She'll block you in on the calendar and I will call you at that time. Just make sure that you're available at that time, because as things have been progressing, I've been getting more and more busy. I want to make sure that I get to the people that I owe phone calls to and I give updates to as far as the way everything's going and what you have coming to you. So we are going to kind of make it a little bit quick tonight. I have a bunch of work to do on this big deal that we're working on. But on next week, I believe it's going to be, let's just stay Wednesday for now. We may do a 2-day. We'll let you know in the email. We have some amazing tools that we're going to give to you, but we still have to check with this other department to see if they're finished with the updates in order for us. Everything's sitting there. We can see it. We can use it. We just can't connect the sites, because if we do and it doesn't work properly, we're going to be dealing with hundreds and hundreds of phone calls of people not being able to access the tools that are sitting there. And we've already had glitches. When we go to use it, we can see, okay, if an agent goes to use this, they're not going to be able to understand how to get back to here and here and here. So we're going back and we're making sure that everything is working properly so that it's very accessible and easy to use for you guys. Okay, so I look forward to working with you guys. I'm glad that we got to talk a little bit about websites tonight and catch up. What I'm going to do is, again, please call in, talk to Ashley, talk to Victoria, and let them know, hey, I wanted to just schedule a quick call with Alan. I know that we have some different things going on with our campaigns, and I just needed to talk to him about what's going on. She'll schedule a time slot for you for this upcoming week. I will call you at that time, and we can go over all the details of everything that's going on. Until then, again, keep doing what you're doing. You guys are doing a great job submitting deals on that big one. Hopefully that's going to be the first really large funding deal that is actually going out and an agent is getting a very large commission check on. And just to give you a heads up, that's going to be, there's 3 big ones like that out there. So hopefully that they all, come to fruition. We don't know for sure if this one is definitely going to fund. However, that is what's called a letter of intent. That will be followed by next week, a one-on-one meeting with the company, and then they'll fund it within 24 hours of them signing the final document. So within a week to 2 weeks, that deal could potentially be funding. It looks that way. And once that happens, again, we get cut a check and then we cut the agent a check right away. We wire that money to the agent, and it's a big celebration for that agent. Obviously, something like that is life-changing. That's like almost like hitting the lottery. So the amount of money that is, just in one check. Now, again, these companies and these businesses are out there. There's tons of them, believe it or not, and they're just waiting to find somebody that can actually get their deal funded. We're going to show you the best ways to market out to businesses like that and to find the types of businesses that are out there. And we're going to come up with some really unique ways using LinkedIn and Facebook to teach you guys how to recognize, how to reach out to those types of businesses that might need that type of money. Okay, so we got something going on there. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is, again, I look forward to having you guys call in, schedule a time with Ashley to call in, schedule a time with me if we need to speak. Luella, I am interested to speak with you about this airport that needs this money. If you want to call in and maybe we can get that deal going together, or maybe Keith can help you to do a little bit of research on finding out who to talk to at that airport if they still need that money. That sounds like the perfect type of deal that we can get done. Airports are great. We can send that directly into our lender, and it should only be a couple of weeks before we get some type of response on that. So I would really like to work on that one with you. I think Keith would be someone that would be great to work with. He might be able to get the deal, get the ball rolling, and find out, who at the airport needs to be spoken to on that deal in order to get that done. So feel free to call and ask for Keith. He's helped quite a few people on these larger deals, and he's very knowledgeable when it comes to the way that these loans work overall. So he'll be able to give you the information that you need. If you have any questions when it comes to IT things and things like that, you can submit an email to info@WL Madden and just submit it to Greg at WL Madden. If you type an email to any IT questions that you guys have, type an email to Greg at WL Madden. He'll be able to respond to you and get you information. Obviously, website development, is these days, it seems like, websites are, a dime a dozen, which is not the case. Properly built websites that function the way that they're supposed to, that have the proper content, that look the way that they're supposed to, that give the right message to the people that are viewing it, is not as simple as you think. So a lot of people have websites these days, but they're not effective websites because they're not built properly. So keep that in mind. A lot of business owners have maybe a GoDaddy website, or they have something that's up, but it's simply not what they really need. It's not something that they're going to be able to generate more business with. It may not have a shopping cart or might not meet all their needs. It simply might just be outdated. And these days, it's very important for business owners to have that proper representation. That's the starting point for them to have a proper presence online. So you have the website and then the overall web presence. And we want to start teaching you guys a little bit more about that, because everybody needs a website out there. Just about everybody out there in the world either knows a business owner or is starting a business or needs a website for some reason or another. So keep in mind that websites are not just for, big time business owners, but also for people that are looking to start maybe their own little online store or boutique or some type of business from home. We can get them a really nice website, and then we can also get them.
Another thing about that I run into, because I've done web development for a number of years now. One of the biggest things that you'll see is companies will have somebody in their company themselves or a family friend, a nephew, a brother, somebody will build them a website. And a lot of the times they'll use companies like GoDaddy, and they'll use the website builder, or they'll use Wix or Squarespace, or there's all kinds of different website companies out there that give you a nice drag and drop, easy interface to use. And yeah, that sounds good in theory, but what happens is you're stuck with that framework. You can't migrate that website. If you grow and you need to actually build on additional features or make it, become something different entirely, add on shopping systems. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that you could need to do to a website, and you're locked into that, and you don't have the flexibility nor the control or the ownership of that actual environment. So building a professional website from the ground up on your own hosting, on your own server for a company is paramount. Like we do all of ours with PHP, MySQL, JavaScript, CSS, and it's all custom built. So that's really the way to go. It's expandable, it's modular, it's professional, and that's what companies need. Otherwise, you're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot down the road when you actually need to grow and expand. So that's another big selling point when you do address companies that need websites.
Okay, guys, so I think we're going to cut it short for tonight. Again, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. We do have a lot in store for you. I know that you guys hear that from week to week. However, we're at a very, we're at a tipping point right now. We're right where we need to be. And as far as these deals that are coming in, it's going to help all of us to be able to do the things that we want to do. We'd like to have a big event out here in Arizona at some point. Hopefully that's sooner than later in the next few months, and we'll talk more about that and what that event will entail as well. So until next Wednesday, feel free to call in, talk to Ashley, schedule an appointment. If you need to get any IT work or anything like that done, feel free to talk to Greg. Any of you guys that need help on funding deals, call Keith and tell him, hey, I have a business that needs funding right now. Here's the name of the business owner. Can you help call him with me? I want to hear what you say. I want to hear how you handle it and get the applications out. And Keith will work with you on getting those businesses set up. He's also a great resource if you need scripts or you don't understand the way that one of the services works or how to approach a business about it, or even how to market online and talk about these different services. Keith is a great resource for you guys to call in during business hours. Just ask for Keith and he'll help you with any of the questions that you might have, okay? So let's see, we just about wrapped up there, Greg?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I'm just answering George's question.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can email me, George, or call in and have Ashley set up a time tomorrow when you're available for me to call you, and we can definitely discuss that. That's not a problem at all.
All right, guys, excellent. So, like I said, until next week, until we have these updates completely finalized, feel free to give us a call. We're here for you. We're here to work for you. I will be talking to the people that need to be talked to this week, and you can also call in if you think that you have a phone call coming or you haven't talked to me in a while. Please give Ashley a call so we can schedule an appointment. I have been super busy and trying to reach out to everybody, but I know there's a bunch of people that I owe phone calls to and updates to. So please call Ashley and schedule an appointment so I can get with you guys, okay? All right. We good?
You're welcome, guys. It was very nice to meet all you.
All right. Excellent. You guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?